Hello YouTubers, and welcome back to Go Figure Customs YouTube channel. Today's kind of a 2-for-1 tutorial day. Right now I am letting water slide decals cure on my Sonic Fighter Viper custom. So I need like 10 minutes for that before I can put the sealant on that, and then a little while before I can spray seal him. So in that time, to kill some time, I'm gonna do another tutorial for you that I think a lot of people will find useful, because you've just made this fantastic custom. Let's say like this guy here, my muskrat custom. You got a nice custom, looks fantastic. You want to show the world what a fantastic customizer you are. So you need to take some decent pictures, right? All right, so that is definitely one of the things that I see people struggling with a lot. It doesn't matter how cool your custom is, if you can't take a decent picture of it, nobody else is gonna know either. They're just gonna see a shitty picture and they're gonna be like, yeah, all right, that's pretty cool. I guess, you know, maybe. So, we live in a golden age of photography. Anybody can take a decent picture nowadays. So I'm going to pass on some just simple knowledge for you today to help you take better pictures of your customs. So there's 3 different types of cameras that pretty much everybody is using these days. Number 1, cell phone. Nothing wrong with that. Cell phones, cameras on cell phones get better and better with every generation. I've seen some decent pictures, some amazing pictures with the camera from the iPhone 11. I actually know a professional photographer. His name is Tony Sweet. He's world renowned, and he does. He spent like a couple years just using an iPhone for his photography, and did some amazing stuff with it. The other kind of camera that is fairly popular is just your point and shoot camera. I have one of these. I'm not a big fan of point and shoots, but there's definitely times where I can't use my professional level DSLR, which is the other type of camera, digital single lens reflex, and I'll show you one here in a minute. So you can't, there's times where I can't use that. So I have a little point and shoot, and that's what most people have these days, is a point and shoot or a cell phone. So it's not necessarily the camera that's the problem, it's the lighting. So people are using incandescent lighting, like incandescent bulbs or fluorescent bulbs. Every different type of light source has what's called a white balance, or a temperature to it. Light has a temperature. The sun is, I should know that because I've written about it. So if you're shooting in low light and using incandescent bulbs or fluorescent bulbs, you're going to get a color cast on your pictures that a lot of these cameras can't compensate for, and your pictures are going to come out yellow. You're going to look like they're jaundice. I wrote a whole blog on why does grandma look jaundice in my family photos. Jaundice is yellow skin, by the way. You know, why does grandma look like she has liver failure in all my photos? Well, it's what light you're using. So when I first started doing this, all I had was a point and shoot camera, and I used indirect natural light. So I used indirect sunlight. So I've got light coming in from a window here. I'd have the room fairly well lit with just one light source, and I was able to get some decent pictures with that. However, I'm going to show you what's called a softbox. So let's move to my, well, I call it, it's not really a photo studio, but it's a photo studio. So let's take a look at that real quick. All right, so we're moving away from where we were setting. Oh, and you get a quick look at my Joe room too. There's where I customize. There's flag number 1, Joe figures. Flag number 2, custom carded figures. And I believe there is already a figure where we're going, which is into where my comic book collection is, and to where my Softbox is. And there's one of my cameras. I have about 2 more bodies like that. And, oh, Jinx fell over. Or not Jinx, but my female Iron Grenadier. So, this is a Softbox. You can get it for $40 on on Amazon. I will provide a link for it for you. And it comes with these 2 lights that you plug in, and they're continuous lights. What I use is I use 1, 2, 3 off-camera wireless flashes controlled by this. That is kind of more, well, it's not kind of more. It's very much an advanced technique, which I will not be covering in this video because most people do not have this level of gear, and the people that do have this level of gear probably already know how to use it. So, to take a good picture, we got a backdrop. This comes with a reversible backdrop. One is blue, one side is blue, and one side is gray. I can always tell who has one of these because the background is blue or gray in their photo. And if you look at some of my older customs, especially on like DeviantArt, you can see the blue and the gray a lot in those pictures. I like black. Aside from this particular custom, a lot of stuff stands out on black. I also have a green cloth for green screening. Unfortunately, I'm still not too good at that. I've gotten too much of a green cast off of it I get too much of a green color cast on my figure, and then when I try and do green screening in Photoshop, it erases part of my figure. So I have also have, this came with what did that come? The McFarlane Matrix, second Matrix Twins figures. So just random bits and parts make really good diorama pieces. I've got a buddy at D&J Toys that makes backdrops like this, and they're fantastic. It's like foam core board, I think. I mean, it's really strong stuff. And I use this for all my Star Wars customs. He sent this to me for me to review on our podcast when we were still doing the audio podcast. And I use it all the time for my Star Wars customs. And I think he sells those for like $20 maybe? I don't know. D&J Toys. Look him up. He used to have an eBay site, but you'll probably find him on you'd probably find him on Facebook, because I think he's doing some of the stuff for the Eagle Force Kickstarter. All right, so you would set up one light here. All right, so I've got the light set up. Now you can see it's going through the side of the cloth there, and this is what's called diffusing the light. It is also bouncing off the top back onto the figure, and the heads move, so you can create different lighting effects just by moving it. I wouldn't recommend pointing both at there. Again, remember how we talked about indirect natural light very first. So indirect light is very soft light, and that's kind of what you want on your customs. And that's all you need right there. It's like I said, it's $40 on Amazon. I will put a link to this in the video in the description. I left my camera in the other room. Otherwise, I would take a picture here. You know what? Let's take a picture. I'm going to stop this and take a picture. All right, so unfortunately, the second part of the video that I shot for this corrupted, just like the second part of the video that I shot for the water slide decals. I don't know what happened. It was ruined when I tried to edit it. It was bad on the phone. I don't know what the problem is there, unfortunately. The phone didn't record it. It's like it went to slow-mo or something, which is really weird. So I'm trying to remember what all I said in the first video, or the first time I shot this. So I'm going to stick the pictures in here that I took with my phone, you'll notice that like everything is in focus compared to the pictures that I normally post. With my DSLR, I can control what's called the depth of field, and that's what's in focus. Depending on your model of point and shoot and phone, sometimes you can control that too. So what I am going for is trying to get my figure in focus and the background blurry. That technique is called bokeh. But still, when you shoot in low light, it gets really grainy, and it takes, you have a longer shutter speed, which gets blurry. So both of those things are eliminated when you use a softbox like this. So just using a softbox like this, and even your phone or even a simple point and shoot camera, and you're going to be able to get better pictures with just a $40 piece of equipment. And as a semi-professional photographer, I'm here to tell you most everything in photography is expensive. This is kind of the exception to the rule. And if it was one piece of equipment to be cheap, this is the one to be cheap, especially for customizers, because you can use this for every custom that you take a picture of, and you'll be able to get really nice, decent pictures with it. You can also set it outside in the sun, and the panels will diffuse the light just as well as the standalone lights, and you'll get decent pictures that way as well. So there should be a link to that particular product to Amazon, and it's well worth it. So hopefully you found that helpful. Again, I'm sorry that my video is not the video that I shot yesterday, that it corrupted somehow, and damn it. But hopefully you found this useful. If you have questions or comments on photography, taking pictures of your customs, please put them in the comment section below. If you do have like professional level equipment and are curious what my settings on my flash and my camera are, I'm happy to share those with you as well. So ask away. And of course, as always, like, share, subscribe, comment, all those fun social media things. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this useful, and go ahead and get that piece of equipment and show everybody what an awesome customizer you are, taking decent pictures of your customs. And thank you for watching.